Yes. What is up? I'm in my kitchen trying to go to sleep. Kidding. You don't go to sleep in the kitchen. What are you, an idiot? I know I don't sleep in the kitchen. I sleep in the damn living room, whatever that is. Should I keep my mask on? Do we do sits? Is that what we're gonna do, stand up now? Put your mask on. Do you think you can't wear lip gloss with the mask every time? Pink. Great. It's a good thing I can wash this. I'm gonna get my brand. I'm gonna have a brand put it across. It's gonna say, shut up. Shut up. Probably for me. Hi, how are you? How's it going? YouTube, I'm excited. I have to kind of curb my tongue a little bit. So I'm gonna do the best I can. You know what I mean? I'm from Philadelphia. I talk the way I talk. That's it. Somebody on here told me to look a certain way. Look into this, not that. I don't know what it is. This is what I'm looking at. This is it. I washed and blow dried my hair. Are you happy? Exciting. I also dyed it. I did the roots, right? So I made a video that while I was making the video, Ian Edwards called me and he messed up my video. So it's kind of scratchy and icky, but I'm gonna put it on Patreon. It's pretty horrendous. It looks awful. I look awful, but it's funny, whatever. I think. Who knows what's funny anymore? What is funny? What is funny? How are we gonna find funny? How are we gonna get back into this? I started by doing this, the YouTube thing, right? Because I'm gonna do stand-up. So initially it was just gonna be like me going off on certain things, which is fine. And I'm gonna still do that, still pick a couple topics and then rant on that nonsense. But today I did something different. I was like, I'll just put on Instagram that I'll take questions, right? And this is, it's late night. This is what I do. I'm up. I'm not a sleeper. Like I am, but not until like 4 or 5 in the morning. I got issues. So that's like right about now would be when I'd be going on stage at the Comedy Store. You know what I mean? So wide awake or standing in the parking lot talking to a bunch of people late night. This is when comics are up. You know what I mean? Well, at least it's when I'm up. Some comics, the successful ones, are probably asleep, nestled nicely in their beds, and I'm putting lip gloss on my damn mask I'm supposed to wear. So I took a couple questions off of Instagram. Few people hit me up. Before I took a shower to wash my hair, I don't wash my hair for the video, but I washed my hair because I'm a person, okay? And I went for a bike ride and I've been working out a lot because all I've been doing is eating. So I have to, if I'm doubling the eating, I have to double the workout. Otherwise, I'm gonna people are like, oh, did you get a test for Corona? Yeah, did you get a test for that? No, I don't need that. I need a test for diabetes. My foot's numb, okay? I have a problem. All I do is eat candy, cookie, and cakes. I make cookies. Again, cookies, why? Oh, I also made a 7-Up cake. So I think I talked about that in the other video, and I have to put that up. Even though it's kind of stinky, I'm gonna put it on Patreon because it has some coarse language in it. And I don't wanna get kicked off of YouTube, okay? Obviously, I'm not an evangelist, you know what I mean? I can't, well, that was something I wanted to go off on. Evangelists that are being like, hey, Corona. I think the guy blew it away. Like, who does he think he is? What? That's gonna blow it away? That's it? Who's still giving money to these people? Who's still watching an evangelist? Who's watching them and going, oh, this makes perfect sense. This guy just blew away the coronavirus. Please give him Corona. Please put him on his jet to China or wherever this is from, because I don't want to get in trouble for racist shit that's not racist. Whatever. That's where they say it's from. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna, what do you want me to change it? Switch it to Japan or switch it to Germany? I can't. They said it's from here. So this is where it's from, okay? Relax. Everybody's racist anyway. So might as well just, you want to give them a city versus a country? Fine. I don't care. Do what you want to do. A country, I don't know what it is. I'm an ignorant American. How do I know? So anyway, I took some questions. I took some questions on Instagram. I put it up on Twitter as well, but there was no questions there because Twitter only likes political stuff, I guess. I don't do political stuff. I'm not good like that. That's not my thing. So I took questions. So Dawn was one of the questions I saw. Dawn, you asked what my favorite cheesesteak is, which is a great question. My favorite cheesesteak is, I'm going to go with Phil's. I'm going to go with Phil's, 23rd and Passyunk. You said you like one in Manayunk. Why would I go to Manayunk? What am I, a monster? Kidding. I am a South Philly girl, through and through. So I go to Phil's. I go to Phillips on 23rd and Passyunk. I like John's. John's has been kicking ass lately. And Tony Luke's, of course. But a couple months ago, like, I took a bunch of people to Tony Luke's and they didn't like it. So whatever. But Tony Luke's is good. It's still good. Even my buddy at Steak 'em Up, he has a great one too. And we get cheesesteaks there all the time. I get the chicken cheesesteak actually from Steak 'em Up. And I believe it's 12th and Rittner? Shunk? Shoot. Those are both in my mom's neighborhood, so I hang there. I don't go to Manayunk. You want me to do Manayunk? Manayunk. What a great name. Manayunk. I don't even know where it is, gotta be honest. Actually, my best friend lives there. It's Copland, isn't it? Cops live there, a lot of cops. Go for it. Whatever floats your boat, man. You also asked what has consumed me during this quarantine. And that, my friend, is a great question. I don't even know if I can answer it, because what has consumed me is completely being chaotic. Like, I can't focus. Like, I need to be snorting Adderall on a regular. People are like, oh, have you written your script? No, I can't focus. I have Post-it notes everywhere. There's Post-it notes under here. And they say all different kind of things. They say, this one, you want me to read one to you? This says, tooth, Macy's, phone, love interest. What? I can't help. I don't know what to make of that. If I die in here and somebody comes and they're like, oh, we cleaned out our apartment, we found all these Post-its. Was she psychotic? Yeah, obviously. I can't focus. I mean, I was trying to write a script, so I do Post-its like to break up the scenes and stuff like that. So they're all over the place. I made vegetable soup. I don't even know how to make vegetable soup. I found after I made my version of what vegetable soup should be, I found my mom's recipe. Yeah, not even close, lady. But it was good. I ate it. What do I care? It's my version. It's not like if somebody was coming over to eat it, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know if you should eat that. I'm not really a good cook. I mean, I'm okay. I'm not terrible, but, I can get by. So yeah, I guess what has consumed me the most, also a little bit of fear, and I think that's what's making me so crazy and not being able to focus, because who knows? Who knows what's happening? Who knows where we're going? Who knows what's going to happen after this, right? We're just I don't know what stand-up's going to be like. I don't know. I love doing stand-up. I love it so much. And they took it away. I mean, they took everything away, but I don't know when we come back what it's going to be like, That gets me to somebody else who asked. Let's go to Lewis. Sorry, Don, I hope I answered your thing properly. Manayunk, we're cool. So this guy asked if I would be Luis Alvarado. Did I say that right? He asked if I would be one of the first to go back, when we open back up. And I don't know. I think yes, definitely. We're all a little skeptical. We're all a little fearful of what it's going to be like. The good thing is, and I shouldn't brag about this, but I'm not that big of a draw. So if you come to my show and there's 250 seats and I only sell, say, 100 tickets, God willing, y'all could sit 6 feet apart, right? So this is my time to shine. I think I was talking about that on Diaz's podcast, that it's like, you know, for people like me, I don't sell out that much. So, I mean, very, very rarely. Sometimes in Philadelphia, I've sold out. Being on road with Dice, he sells out. But when I headline, I don't necessarily like sell out. I do well in certain markets and not so well in other markets. Normal, right? I'm still coming up. So I'm not ashamed of it or whatever. I'm just saying, like, for me and people like me that are headlining like that, we're kind of, this is our time to shine. Like, hey, we'll start the party, because, you know, people can come safely and sit 6 feet apart and, you know, hopefully laugh at a show. And I know people are gonna want to race out, like, in droves, maybe, but I mean, like, maybe not to comedy clubs, but out to get out and get back to their everyday life, because we want to get back into the routine, because now we're in the routine of staying in. Like, the other day I had to run a couple errands and I was like, but I got to get back home. Like, why? What are you doing in this apartment? What? I don't want to get used to this. If I get used to this, I'm a creature of habit. I'm an addict. You know what I mean? Like, I start doing something, then I do it. You know what I mean? I get hooked. So I don't want to get used to this. I want to get back out there. So technically, I'm booked first week of May at the Tropicana in Vegas. And as of right this second, they didn't cancel it. They told me don't be surprised if it gets canceled, which I wouldn't be, you know, I get it. But it's May 4th to May 10th. So, and I think they said we're opening the 15th, but who knows? Tomorrow that could change, you know, the next day that could change. So I just want to get back to work. I mean, of course, for the money, but just like I said, I don't want to get in this habit, because then I become a hermit. As it is, I don't go out enough. You know, I only go out to do shows and stuff like that. My social life kind of a long time ago, but that's because I committed to that. I committed to stand up. I committed to just going out and doing my shit every night. And going on the road and stuff. So you're not, you know, that was the routine I was in. And whatever, so it's fine. But I do think, yeah, I'm not, a lot of people have said, like, Diaz, I think, was one of the ones saying he would wait. And I get it, but he draws a big crowd. So he would have to. Nobody, like, he was joking about spitting on the front row. God forbid, you know. I don't know if I'm a carrier or whatever. People, you know, I haven't, like I said, I haven't been tested. I need a diabetes test. That's about it. But I have not been tested for corona. So I don't know. I might have it. I might, but God forbid if I'm on stage and I spit, a spit gets out. I don't know. They're saying farts. I hate to say that word, but they're saying you can catch it from that. A fart? Really? Look at guys. All the guys laugh because guys are dumb. Anyway, meanwhile, it was only guys that asked me questions. I love you. I'm kidding. It's just that my brothers, if I say fart, they fall down laughing. It's so dumb. It's the dumbest thing. It's just whatever. So yeah, I think, I mean, obviously I would go about it safely and slowly. I think the crowd, you know, it sucks because my brother's a bartender, and if he's working a shift and they can only have, like, say 10 people at the bar all night, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a slow process, but I think we're gonna get back on our feet, and who knows, you know, hopefully they come up with something to slow this down or figure this out. God forbid, you know. And again, some places are worse than others, so a lot of people are antsy, flipping out like, oh, we don't have any cases. I'm like, all right, you don't need to dance and sing about it, asshole. All right, other places are suffering. Just have a little consideration. Some places, you know, New York City is a problem right now. I'm always in New York. I love New York. I live in LA, but I would much rather live on the East Coast. And if I did, I would live in Philadelphia or New York. So, you know, whatever. It takes time. Some places are worse than others. That's all. So, yes, to answer your question, I don't know why I got off on this crazy tangent. I don't even know what's happening. This is how much I miss performing, that I'm enjoying bombing in my kitchen. right now, okay? Bombing, literally, and I don't care. So Nick, let's go to Nick. Open mics in Philly. There's a lot of great open mics in Philly. Unfortunately, I started in Los Angeles. I did not start doing stand-up in Philadelphia. I've done a lot of open mics in Philadelphia. I've done Helium, Punchline. I did, what's that club called? It's not a club, it's like a bar, and I think it's on Sampson Street. I'm gonna find the name of it and get it to you, because literally it's so good. I've gone there with Peggy O'Leary, with Steve Rinaldi. I think, I don't know if I ever did it with Mary, but definitely Pat House. It's a little bar, and you go upstairs, and it's very much like the belly room of the Comedy Store, in that it's like upstairs and tucked away, you know? So it's, it was so much fun, and there's a bar in the room, so people are ordering, they're like, yo, can I get a, you know, Philly, the best. And can I get a rum and Coke, and don't put a stroll in there. I'm not like a queer or nothing. You know what I mean? So that place is great, because you really have to, like, you know, you gotta work around the elements. And I kind of like that, like the elements. I'm an idiot, but you know what I meant. Like you have to work around what's going. I love bar shows, because bar shows are the hardest. Also, Touré does Warm Daddies on Delaware Avenue, and it's more of a professional show, but before the professional show on Wednesday nights, he once in a while he'll put up some newbies. And if you want a real honest opinion of where you are in your stand-up, go do Warm Daddies. All black audiences, always funny. So good. They will tell you the truth, honey. So I recommend that one highly. But yeah, I think just Punchline, Helium has great one. Helium Tuesday night is great. I've done that one a million times, because if I'm on, like, sometimes I'll stay at my mom's for a long period of time, and then, you know, take a train to Boston or New York, Jersey, or just drive out to Jersey. Like, if I'm working close, rather close, I'll stay there. And then on the off nights, it's, you know, because I'm so spoiled with the Comedy Store in LA, I'll just go and do open mics at like Helium and stuff like that. Anyway, long-winded for just that. But see, Nick, you're getting me talking, and I like it. Something else you asked me, Nick, is you want to know if I'll go on a date with you. Well, it's a little confusing, because you're asking me about open mics in Philly, but then you're telling me you're Queens Boulevard. I don't know who you are. So your little sketch, and then your picture, your profile picture. I don't know if you're in a boy band or some kind of creepy choir where you're still being molested. Are you all right? Are you cool? Nick, you need help? We'll get you some help, buddy. Nick Salvo, I will, maybe, I don't know where you're from. Maybe if you get a little more clearer. Are you Philly or are you New York? Where are you? I'll go to both. I'll go to both. I'm pretty open. I am single. I don't mind, I haven't been on a date in a long time. You know what I mean? I don't even know what that would be like. What's gonna be a date post-corona? What's it gonna be like? Make out with this thing on? They have to put this on and just get in there? I'm like, why was there an act out? I couldn't just say it. Oh God, I'm turning into Carrot Top. Please kill me. Kidding. I'll never make that kind of money. So yeah. Give it a shot, Nick, but you gotta give me something. That profile is weird, bro. All right? I don't know what you got going on, but it's weird. Chris Dean, another person asked me about a joke. He says he tells jokes at McDonald's, whatever. I'm not even quite sure what that means. It's a moth joke. I'm gonna assume that's a sexual joke, and that the moth flies out of a hoo-ha. You know, maybe it comes out of her cocoon. I'm gonna assume it's a dirty joke, because I have no idea what this moth joke that you speak of is. I know when I was young, my dad's best friend used to tell me inappropriate jokes, and I loved it. I know I wasn't supposed to, but he had these change wallets, and I don't know if you remember the old plastic. Ugh, they were so weird. You'd squeeze them and, like, you know, put change in them. And he'd take one out, and it was just like peach, and he was like, "This is my Irish girl," and I'm like, ugh, and he made it open and I'm like, ah. And then he took out another one and it was peach in color, but it had hair around it. And he goes, this is my Italian girl. I was dead. I was like, I think it was like 10. I was like, oh my God. But I laughed so hard because it was just so silly. And I love shit like that. I know, I'm dirty. That's why I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube. I'm trying not to curse. I'm pretty good, right? I didn't curse too much. We'll see what happens. Also, why did I get into comedy? He asked. That is a long story. Not necessarily a long story. I worked at the Comedy Store as a waitress for 12 years. And anybody, like, if you listen to the Comedy Store podcast, you listen to any podcast I do, I always tell this story. But technically, a lot of the comics would be like, you should be doing stand-up, you should be doing stand-up. And a lot of people say that to people. Like, people move here from the Midwest, move to LA, and they're like, everybody said I was hilarious at The Office. And I'm like, well, go back to The Office, because you're terrible. So I'm from that school. I'm from the school of Mitzi Shore. When a waitress started doing stand-up, she would be like, no, because it was never really that good. So, and I watched it happen. I watched a lot of waitresses turn comic, and not good. Every one that I know that turned doesn't do stand-up anymore. That's like for reals. Now we have new school, like when I started, there was a few girls, like Punky Johnson's phenomenal. She was a waitress, then she started bartending, but she worked on her craft. She came in as a comic. She didn't come in as a waitress and then start. You know, Melissa McQueen, she came in as a comic and then started. David Krause, they came in as comics. They still do stand up and they still rock it. You know what I mean? So that's different. I'm talking about like you're working at a comedy club and you're like, I can do this. Or, you know, again, somebody at the office tells you you're funny, so you come out and it's whatever. So, really bombing in my kitchen. So my best friend, Freddie Soto, very funny comic. You should look him up on YouTube. You'll laugh your ass off. He's obviously way funnier than me, but he passed away in 2005. And he would tell me all the time that I should be doing stand-up. And when he passed, I decided that I was going to try to do a one-woman show, which is completely different than stand-up. Stand-up's boom, boom, boom. A one-woman show, you could, you know, a one-woman show, you can kind of like go longer, tell longer stories, kind of like what I'm doing now. Messing this up. I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to let it run. So I'm going to try to wrap this up in like the next minute. So anyway, I started doing stand-up right after he passed away. It was more like a tribute to him kind of a thing. Like, let me see if I can do this. And if you want the real story, I'm going to put it on my Patreon, and because it's got a lot of foul language. And I did the whole story of how I came about doing stand-up. And a horrible story when I was auditioning for Ari's show, This Is Not Happening. Ari Shaffir's This Is Not Happening. And it was the year where Ari wasn't doing it and Roy Wood Jr. was doing it. I think it's Roy. Yeah, Roy, who's amazing. He's great. That's the point. The point is that I felt more comfortable with Ari. And just telling that story was kind of scary for me. And just to get it out, like knowing Ari is the host and that he and I are friends, I just felt a little safer. And then when I found out he wasn't doing it, I just didn't push. I didn't push it at all. And so I didn't do it, but I have the audition tape and I was going to put it on my Patreon. So if you go to my Patreon, Eleanor Kerrigan, Patreon, whatever.com, I don't know the freaking handle, just put it in videos, stuff like that. I'm going to start putting a lot of videos on there that aren't out. I'm going to do more content on there where I can speak freely and be more myself. And yeah, you could join for like $2 a month, I think it is, $3 a month, whatever. I'll have to look it up. I didn't even finish setting it up. I just started it and I only put one video up there, but I'll put the Ari one up next week or this week. Yeah, this week I should put it up. So I just need to get more people on those, and then I can speak freely on Patreon. So I'm not going to get weird and show a nip or anything like that, you know, a lip. None of that shit's happening, all right? There's plenty of girls on Instagram. You can go look at their, for whatever, for free, you know, they have it all out. I just saw a girl dancing with her whole clit out. So good times. Or go to TikTok and you can play TikTok on that. That's the metronome. Anyway, all right, you guys are phenomenal. Thank you. I hope I answered your questions right or got close to it. You guys are great. Thank you.